NASCAR Cup Series race has officially concluded from Phoenix International Raceway, and we see Toyota put up a dominating clinic, and Christopher picks up his first victory of 2024. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. I just got done watching NASCAR Cup Series race in Phoenix International Raceway, the Shriners Children's 500. We have quite a bit to talk about from this race. Let's go and talk about it. So for the green flag drop in today's race, Josh Berry would have to go to the rear of the field for unapproved adjustments after he crashed during qualifying. So at the start of the race, he had Denny Hamlin lead the field from the inside with Ty Gibbs on the outside, and Ty Gibbs got a fantastic run and was able to clear Denny Hamlin for the race lead. Then on lap number 7, the first caution race come out when Derek Kraus spun by himself going into turn number 1, coming down the front stretch, and Austin Cindric and Austin Dillon had nowhere to go. Austin Dillon just basically arc braked into Derek Kraus, and Austin Cindric had nowhere to go from the wreck. To me, it looks like Derek Kraus just got loose, no contact. It's a shame because this is Derek Kraus' second career Cup Series start. Not a great run for Derek Kraus. So then under the caution, Josh Berry, Corey LaJoie, Kyle Busch, Kaz Grala, Chris Buescher, Daniel Hemrick, and Ryan Preece all came down pit road. So then on the restart, Ty Gibbs lead the field from the inside with Erik Jones on the outside, and Ty Gibbs got a fantastic run and was able to clear for the race lead. As the run progressed, Ty Gibbs' car really started falling off on the long run, and the field actually got really close together. On lap 43, Erik Jones got a run to the inside, and Fox, for whatever reason, decided to go full screen commercial. Don't ask me why they did that, but they basically went side by side for the lead. Ty Gibbs, though, got a fantastic run and was able to hold off a hard-charging Erik Jones. As the runs continued to progress, Erik Jones started falling back just a little bit, and Tyler Reddick also got up to second position. Tyler Reddick then got a really great run as the run progressed. His car was really good on the long run. He was able to get up there and take the lead from Ty Gibbs on lap number 58. And coming off the final corner, Tyler Reddick would win stage number 1. All the lead lap cars would then come down pit road with Denny Hamlin after basically winning the pole and getting that really good first pit stop. He would win the race off pit road. Erik Jones lost a ton of spots on pit road as well. Under that caution as well, Carson Osbar and Kyle Larson had left for issues. Kyle Larson had a weird issue that I've never seen before where he basically went back to the tail end. Same with Carson Hocevar. So then on the restart, Denny Hamlin lead the field from the inside with Tyler Reddick on the outside, and Denny Hamlin got a fantastic run and was able to clear for the race lead. And Denny Hamlin started pulling away from Tyler Reddick and got a massive and huge advantage. Then we started seeing Christopher Bell show up to the party. His car was really good as the run progressed and got up inside the top 5. And then on lap 116, green flag pit stops happened. First, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Harrison Burton came in. Then next lap, you had Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell, Brad Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher, Ryan Preece, and Joe Logano come in. Same with Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs had a terrible pit stop and had a right rear issue and had a 17-second stop that dropped him way back. Then the next lap, Erik Jones, Chase Briscoe, Tyler Reddick, John Hunter Nemechek, Zane Smith, and Daniel Suarez came in. Then the next lap, Denny Hamlin, he came down for run. There was nearly some contact between Suarez and Hamlin, but Hamlin was able to hang on. Then a few laps later, you had some guys staying out at the time. Todd Gillen, Kyle Busch, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Carson Osbar and Daniel Kraus were all hoping for a caution to come out to put himself in advantage. But eventually, all those guys came in. You had a really good battle between Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin for the eventual lead. And eventually, Tyler Reddick, after about 10 laps, was able to pass Denny Hamlin for the race lead. And then was Todd Gillen and those guys eventually came down pit road. Meanwhile, Christopher Bell, whose car was extremely good on the long run, he was starting to come up to the front and was coming into play at the end of the stage. Got by Denny Hamlin with about 10 laps to go or 15 to go in the stage. And then Christopher Bell, he got a fantastic run, was closing in side by side for the lead for a little bit. Christopher Bell, with how fast his car was, he was able to get up and pass Tyler Reddick for the race lead, and Christopher Bell pulled out to about a second lead and came off the corner and won stage number 2. Then all the lap cars would then come down pit road with Denny Hamlin once again winning the race off of pit road, and Christopher Bell came down pit road first, had a terrible pit stop with a right rear issue, and dropped all the way back to 10th place. Harrison Burton, which is never mentioned on the broadcast, also got a speeding penalty. So then on the restart, Denny Hamlin lead the field from the inside with Tyler Reddick on the outside, and Denny Hamlin got a fantastic restart and was able to get the lead from Tyler Reddick, but Reddick then got it back. But then on lap 197, the next caution race came out when Kyle Busch, who was running 25th position, spun going down the back straightaway, just lost it going down the backstretch, and spun on his own, bringing the caution out, continuing a very horrendous day. So under the caution, Kyle Larson, Todd Gillen, Ryan Preece, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Carson Osbar, Daniel Suarez all came down pit road while the rest of the leaders stayed out. So then on the restart, Denny Hamlin lead the field from the restart with Tyler Reddick on the outside, and Tyler Reddick got a fantastic restart and was able to clear for the race lead. Meanwhile, Ross Chastain also got on the outside wall, but he was all good to go. And then on lap 206, trouble strike when John Hunter Nemechek made some contact with Joey Logano, basically just sent and punted Joey Logano going into turn number 1. And unfortunately, Josh Berry, Corey LaJoie, Derek Kraus, and Zane Smith had nowhere to go. Ends a horrendous day for Joey Logano, who struggled all day long. I don't know what John Hunter Nemechek was doing there. That was a really big mistake on his part. He did apologize on the radio. He didn't think Logano was going to break that hard. Logano was not very happy. We'll talk about that later this week. Joey Logano was very pissed about that situation. So then under the caution, Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher, Todd Gillen, Chase Briscoe, and Carson Osborne were among the guys that came down pit road, while the rest leaders stayed out. So then on the restart, Tyler Reddick lead the field from the outside with Denny Hamlin on the inside, and Tyler Reddick got a fantastic run and was able to clear for the race lead. And while battling for the lead between Reddick and Denny Hamlin goes to the inside, tries to make a move, but unfortunately spins on the inside and spins down to the apron. No one gets collected somehow, and Denny Hamlin just spins out of zone, bringing out the final caution of this race. Hamlin just got loose battling for the lead. Just a mistake on Denny Hamlin's end, who had one of the best cars in this race. Unfortunately, his chance to win came to an end. So then, under this caution, there would be a little bit of strategy. Mark Truex Jr., Ryan Preece, Todd Gillen, Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher, Michael McDowell, Chase Briscoe, Eric Jones, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. all came down pit road, while everyone else decided to come down. Actually, they stayed out while everyone else came down pit road. Ty Gibbs took 2 tires and won the race off pit road, and he had Stenhouse, Bubba Wallace, Keselowski, Suarez, and Larson all take 2, while he also had a lot of guys like Reddick and Bell take 4. So then on the restart, Mark Truex Jr. lead the field from the inside with Ryan Preece on the inside, and Mark Truex Jr. got a fantastic restart and was able to clear for the race lead. Then there was a little contact between Eric Jones and Bubba Wallace going, I believe, in turn number 1. And unfortunately, Eric Jones got into the outside wall. Bubba Wallace got a little loose, and they dropped way back, and they were starting to fade. And Eric Jones came down pit road because I think he had a broken toe link on his car. Eventually, the racing got really solid or okay at points, but Mark Truex Jr. pulled out a really solid, huge lead over Ty Gibbs, who eventually, with around 70 laps to go, passed Ryan Preece for second. And as the run progressed, Christopher Bell was coming. With the 4 fresh tires, his car was extremely good on the long run and was picking up a 10th or 2 every single lap, and eventually got by Buescher, and then eventually got by Chastain, and then got to Ty Gibbs, took a few laps to get by him, but eventually with around 50 laps to go, Christopher Bell passed Ty Gibbs for second position. And as it continued on, Christopher Bell was a 10th to 2/10 faster every single lap. And then, with around 40 laps to go in the race, Mark Truex Jr., he would come down pit road to get fresh tires after knowing that he was going to need tires and would unfortunately go a lap down because of it. At this point, Christopher Bell had a 2-second advantage and was in the lead by 2 seconds. And then at this point, the run continued on and Bell was starting to pull away, but Chris Buescher was also coming up to the front, and his car seemed really, really strong and really good on the long run. It was starting to even run down the leader, Christopher Bell, at points. And Ty Gibbs, unfortunately, started fading back and dropped back to third position. But no one really have anything for Christopher Bell, and Christopher Bell will come off the corner after dominating and win the race here at Phoenix International Raceway, pick up his 7th career NASCAR Cup Series victory, lock his way into the playoffs, and get Toyota's first win of the 2024 season. Completes an incredible weekend for Toyota. William Sawalich won the ARCA race. You had Chandler Smith win the Xfinity race yesterday, and Christopher Bell picks up the win. Well, Christopher Bell, in my opinion, deserves a win, no doubt. His car was extremely fast today, especially on the long run. He was in the right position, the right time. He got through the traffic really easily and really, really good, and that's what led to him picking up the win today. I expect Christopher Bell to have a really solid year, and the fact that Toyota was as strong as they were today should give him a little confidence, especially if he does run for a championship. I think this is going to be the first of a couple wins for Christopher Bell in 2024. So now we're going to take a look at the race results, and I'll give my score thoughts on today's race. So Christopher Bell picks up the victory. Chris Buescher finished second, ran top 10 in the early portion race, but kind of faded back, but they played some really good strategy at the end, and they get a very solid top 5 finish in second place. Great bounce back week for the 17 team, getting second. Ty Gibbs finished third. They were good early in the race, but they faded because their car was terrible on the long run. They had a bad pit stop that cost them a bit, but they still end up coming back with good strategy and finishing third. Great run for Ty Gibbs. Brad Keselowski finished fourth, a great confidence booster for RFK in general, having both their cars inside the top 5. A much-needed run for this team after Keselowski's not had a great season. Keselowski ran top 10 a lot of this day. Unfortunately, didn't get the win, but to finish top 5, good run for the 6th team. Ryan Blaney finished 5th, a solid, quiet run for the team. He had about a 6th, 7th place car most of the day, so to come home with another solid top 5 run. Good run for Ryan Blaney. Ross Chastain finished 6th. He had nowhere near a 6th place car. He had probably an 18th to 20th place car most of the day. He was my pick coming in the weekend. They never had the Ross speed. Even Daniel Suarez better than the Ross Chastain most of the day, but for Chastain, for them play a strategy call and finish in 6th. Great run for them. Mark Truex Jr. bounced back to finish in 7th. I think Truex could have won this race if he played the right strategy because his car was really good at the end. Unfortunately, Truex just ran out of time to get up there after basically coming down pit road. He still gets a top 10, but he's still looking for his first top 5 finish in like the last 16 or 17 races. Still a good day for him. Michael McDowell finishes 8th, saw a run for him, ran good early, faded a little bit as the run progressed, but he did get better as day progressed as well, and gets a very solid top 10 finish in 8th. Chase Briscoe finished 9th, pretty good run for Briscoe, was in the low teens at points, but they made that car better and gets 9th. And Tyler Reddick finishes 10th. Good run for Tyler Reddick today, gets a solid top 10 finish. Reddick, in my opinion, though, probably had the best car in the first half, or basically in the middle portion of this race. Unfortunately, his car faded as the run progressed, but still to get a top 10, solid day, all things considered. Denny Hamlin finished 11th. Good run for Denny Hamlin. Actually, nice bounce back run for Denny Hamlin, who had a really good car, one of the top 3 or 4 cars most of the day. Unfortunately, didn't get a chance to win after spinning out, but a decent recovery, all things considered. Noah Gragson finished 12th. Noah Gragson had a really good day, ran top 10 to top 15 most of the day. I'm telling you, Noah Gragson's been impressing me to start this year. He's running a lot better than he did at Legacy last year and is showing a lot of improvement. He said coming into this race he felt a lot more confidence he had in 2022. Great run for Noah Gragson in 12th place. Daniel Suarez finishes 13th, decent run for him. Kyle Larson finished 14th. Shockingly, the highest finishing Hendrick driver. Kyle Larson never really had the raw speed. That left rear issue that they had cost him a shot at contending for a top 10. I think Larson could have gotten a top 10 today, if not a top 5. They never really had the raw pace or speed this weekend, though, but they do get a top 15. At least they salvage a decent day. Carson Osbar finished 15th. They came back from their issues on pit road. They get a nice top 15 finish. I'm telling you, Carson Osbar's been having a really solid start to the year. Gets another top 15 finish. Good run for Carson Hocevar. Bubba Wallace finished 16th. Really disappointed in Bubba Wallace because I thought he had a top 5 car in practice. They never showed his speed in qualifying, and it was really difficult to pass today. So he finishes in 16th. Not a great run for him. Todd Gillen finished 17th. Solid top 20 run for him. William Byron finished 18th. He had a top 5 car. Unfortunately, got stuck in traffic. Very difficult to pass at the end. He should have gotten a better finish than he did. He finished 18th. Chase Elliott finished 19th. Chase Elliott had a top 5, top 10 car most of the day. They faded as the run progressed, but they still had a top 10 car. Probably could have gotten a top 10 if not for the strategy at the end. Disappointing for Chase. He finished 19th. And Alex Bowman was kind of mediocre all day. It was about 12th or 13th place car. He finished 20th. A little bit of disappointing runs of SAR continues for him. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finished 21st. Kyle Busch finished 22nd. This was a disastrous weekend for RCR in general, man. Kyle Busch was terrible. They did get the free pass and they recovered a little bit, but still, they're going to have to work on their short track package because they've been terrible at short tracks in the last couple seasons. He finished 22nd. Ryan Preece finished 23rd, was okay in this race, not spectacular. Justin Haley finished 24th. John Nemechek, after his issues, he finished 25th. Josh Berry finished 26th. Harrison Burton finished 27th. Just another not great day for the 421 team. Daniel Hemrick finished 28th. Zane Smith finished 29th. A mediocre day for him. Kaz Grall finishes 30th. Eric Jones, after his broken toe link issues, he finished 31st. He had a car that easily could have finished in the top 10 before the steering and broken toe link issues. Austin Dillon finished 32nd after the crash. Same with Corey LaJoie finishing 33rd. Joey Logano finishes 34th. I'm worried about Logano right now. I had him going to the Final Four, and right now he has not had the speed to contend for Final Four early in the year. Just a bad start to the year for Joey Logano. Derek Kraus finishes 35th, and Austin finishes last in 36th place. So now, let's talk about the overall race as a whole, and I'll give my score and thoughts on today's race. So coming this race, this is the debut of the new short track package. And we knew there probably were going to be some issues with dirty air. There was hope it was going to be better, and it seemed like early in the weekend that it was going to be worse. So I was bracing for the worst. I will say the first half of this race was okay. There was good moments for sure. I thought Stage 1 was actually probably the best portion of this race. You had good racing up front. I thought it was pretty good. Stage 2 was kind of blah, but I loved the long green flag run, and I did love to see that guys could actually get up there and pass. Stage 3, though, was a little bit uneventful. The start of it was a little eventful, and then the end was kind of a little bit uneventful, unfortunately. Bell got to the lead and just held on to it. I feel like the race progressively got worse as it went on, and it just wasn't absolutely an amazing race. It wasn't a terrible race by any stretch of imagination. but we know that the short track package really needs a lot of work, and we also do know that it's just really difficult to pass at Phoenix. Phoenix historically has not been a very fantastic or great track. I don't think today's race was really that good. I'm going to give today's race at Phoenix International Raceway a 6 out of 10. Like I said, I was expecting to give it maybe a 3 or 4 out of 10 coming into this race, but I thought it was a little better than I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't a fantastic race overall. My score is a 6 out of 10. So, that is going to be today's NASCAR Cup Series race view from Phoenix International Raceway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support on Patreon as well. Links description below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's race. What are your thoughts on today's race? Let me know below. Let me know your score in the comments below. And congratulate Christopher on picking up the victory. Let me know your thoughts in the race in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we're going to have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple days. Then on Tuesday, we're going to have the entry list video for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Bristol. Might have the Truck Series one as well. I've got an SVG video potentially dropping later this week as well. We got a lot of great content as we get you guys set up and prepared for Bristol, though weather could be an issue. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.